Looking at his history, do you think he has what it takes to change the country?
Well, Maraga can run the country. Why not?
Not run, change.
Change, no. Change is difficult. Changing the country is not a small matter. He can run it, but run it better. Yeah. I'm still looking for a Chief Justice. I'm looking for a Chief Justice. The mess in the judiciary is evident enough that we have not had a Chief Justice so far. Yeah. Our constitution has one major weakness. It was premised on us having a good president. Good enough to allow the constitution to be implemented. You get it? Many people thought Raila would be the president. And since he had been fighting for this thing for all his life, people thought he would then just implement it. So if Maraga were to become president and he really stood for implementation of the constitution, I can give it to him.
This is big, simple, clear. Tunachukua nchi kwa kazi, nidhamu na ukatiba. This is the United Green Movement Party and David Maraga, who is their presidential flag bearer. We're going to talk about David Maraga. Who is he? What does he have to qualify to become the president of this country? Will the Gen Zs vote for him? Does he have the financial muscle to rally support? And do Kenyans actually want a man like him, or do Kenyans want a politician? We're with Prof. Manyora. Great to see you. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm good. Great.
United Green Movement Party.
UGM.
Are saying it's Maraga Tosha. It's about taking the country and taking the country na nidhamu. But who is David Maraga? And does he have what it takes to become president of the country?
He's over 18 years. He's a Kenyan. He's qualified. He has, you must be a university graduate, I hear?
Yes.
Yes, he's a trained lawyer. So he qualifies. He has all the qualifications to become president.
Looking at his history, do you think he has what it takes to change the country?
Well, Maraga can run the country. Why not?
Not run, change.
Change, no. Change is difficult. Changing the country is not a small matter. He can run it, but run it better. Yeah. He can improve. He can bring some improvement. Yes, but not change. Changing is something for radicals like us.
If you listen to people talking about Maraga, it's about the nullification of election in this country, the landmark ruling that shook Africa.
That was weak. In fact, that was weak. You don't just point at somebody stole. You have the power to point at the person who stole and get them punished. Yeah.
Does he have
the
power?
Strength of the 2027 judicial intervention in our election should not have been the nullification of the election. Should have been what happened after that nullification. To deter people from doing the same in the future. Was anybody held responsible for that? Was anybody punished for that? That's the most important question. Not that an election was nullified.
But they are
the election didn't mess itself. There were people who messed the election of 2027 and other elections before it and after it. Those who messed the election in 2022 did so because nobody was punished in 2017. So the strength of the judicial intervention in the elections should not be mere nullification, but the identification and the punishment of those responsible for that mess.
Some would argue that
number
bodies
two,
mandated to deal with the criminality aspect.
No. They try to run away, but we know the power of the Supreme Court, so we not buy that. The Supreme Court has enormous powers, original jurisdiction. They can start something on their own. So they let them not hide there. But even if they were to hide there, what happened on the road to Arira? Is it called a runoff? No, what is it called?
Rerun.
Is it a rerun or
Yes,
something, whatever
rerun.
it's called? What happened? It showed a weak Supreme Court, a weak judiciary, including you. You can't believe it. a landmark decision that will have affected the rerun, whether or not that rerun was going to happen in the manner it was happening. The court couldn't sit because judges could not reach court.
Do you blame this also on Maraga?
Of course.
Because judges could not sit.
Because even finally, that election was brought before him to determine whether or not it was above board. And he said it was above board. So don't quote 2017.
How about the issue?
2027 it was just another disaster, just like 2013.
How about the issue of...
When I hear Mutunga speaking,
Yes.
I just want to tell him, sit down. You need the sort of courage you need to change a country. Is no joke.
How about the issue of corruption? I know there's a conversation about our judiciary with Jurispesa, but Maraga says we need constitutionalism and he will deal with corruption. Looking at his tenure as a CJ, would you say he's a man who has a proven record or can show that he can actually deal with general
I'm still looking for a
corruption in the
chief
country?
justice. I'm looking for a chief justice. The mess in the judiciary is evident enough that we have not had a chief justice so far. Yeah. Even, forget about PESA, money will always be there, money will always change hands. Even the administration of justice itself. How do we process our cases? I'm writing something which will come out in the papers in a week's time or thereabout, in which I'm now getting out to tell the judiciary. But surely, if you approached cases in this manner, when matters are brought before you, surely, won't we handle a backlog? Can we have a case heard within 2 months and is determined? I mean, I'm trying now to help them to see. So we haven't had a chief justice.
But Maraga was very instrumental in the digitization of the judicial system.
Which digitization, and I'm in court, I have a case in court. Not one, not two, several. And judges are still scribbling and saying the date. Which date? Yeah, Nani, which date is... Instead of a judge just talking and going away and the other things will happen. Judges are still spending 1 hour, 30 minutes talking about introducing counsel. I'm senior counsel so-and-so, so-and-so, I want to introduce so-and-so, is appearing for the first third plaintiff, they are appearing with so-and-so. Those things are just to be on the board there. There is the digital platform. It's not there. It's absolutely useless.
We go back then to digital, because I'm trying to look at what goes for
so
Maraga.
much needs to be done in our judiciary, because I have a case of 1996. It is still in court. There are people in the industrial area who are rotting there in the remand prison. They can't afford a lawyer. Even if they were to afford a lawyer. You go to court, the casual manner in which cases are adjourned, sometimes you want to cry. It shall be mentioned, it shall give for direction. The judge is now looking, it's been digital, but it's now looking, February 2026. So casual. It's so casual. A case being mentioned, not heard, mentioned. 4 months from now, 3 months from, it's so casual and so normal. What are you talking about, the judiciary? We can't go in that direction. We must find, and as a good citizen, I'm reaching out to the judicial in a public forum through the newspaper to show them how we can improve this. So you cannot tell me you've been a chief justice and I vote you as president on the basis of that. That's
still on constitutionalism, is advisory to dissolve parliament based on 2/3 gender rule, with something that the people expected President Uhuru Kenyatta to consider and dissolve it. Do you think now that he's running for presidency, some of these things can be solved, because no one expected he'd come up with such advisory as a CJ?
You see, Uhuru was under no obligation to dissolve parliament. You read the constitution. He was under no. He could, if he chose to, but he was under no obligation. He was not obligated to dissolve parliament. No. That was just an advisory, which he could ignore, and he did ignore.
So do you think with Maraga as president, some of these things can actually be implemented because he's running on a platform of discipline and constitutionalism?
Yeah. Yes, because our constitution has one major weakness. It was premised on us having a good president. Good enough to allow the constitution to be implemented. You get it? Many people thought Raila would be the president. And since he had been fighting for this thing for all his life, people thought he would then just implement it. So if Maraga were to become president and he really stood for implementation of the constitution, I can give it to him. He can oversee the implementation of the constitution.
Is this what Kenya needs? The implementation of the constitution? Because there are two arguments.
Yes.
From NADCO, the constitution is not good enough. It needs to be amended. Yes. And then there's the argument, the constitution is perfect as is. It just needs an implementer.
No. This constitution is a total mess. Even if you implemented it, it can't change this country. We need a transformative constitution. We need a charter that addresses the challenges we face. And the question I've asked myself, why are we so poor? With all that is going for us, with all the resources, human capital and natural resources and everything else, with all this, why are we still so poor? Why are we where we are not supposed to be? Why are we where we are not? Why are we not where we are supposed to be? The so-called famed Singapore. If things worked in this country, if things worked in this country, Judd, in 10 years, Singapore will be behind us. Kenya has what it takes to be the top country in Africa and a top world player, not just based in Africa. In 10 years, we can be top. We have things many countries just dream of.
And all this is based on the constitution?
And you need another charter that opens our possibilities. We have a constitutional order that puts in the country in the hands of the worst people. We must have a formula through this charter that I'm talking about that puts the affairs of the country in the best people, in the best hands.
So if Maraga is riding on the constitution, you're not seeing any change that can happen?
There can be change. He can run the country slightly better. At his age and convictions, sort of, I don't think he will have the greed. I don't think Maraga will go on a looting spree. I don't think Maraga will engage in primitive accumulation, which is what has killed this country from independence. That leaders think once you become a leader, all you need to do is make money. Maraga will not do that. You have to give it to him.
That's the governance aspect of it.
Yes.
How about the political aspect? Can he attain power? Does he have, from looking at now he is with UGM, he's trying to get the Gen Z vote, and I believe it's actually Gen Zs that have convinced him to go for that seat. Looking at the politics of it, can he play the politics and beat Gachagua and Kalonzo or Matiang'i or even Ruto?
There was always a possibility that people like Omtata, people like Maraga, Matiang'i had been mentioned, were Gen Z candidates, people who made sense to Gen Zs. But 1 week into the voter registration, doesn't seem to point in that direction. Because like I've said, if you want to convince me you'll get the Gen Zs on board, you have to involve them. You have to engage them. And there's no better evidence of that than the ongoing voter registration. So it shows they cannot get anywhere. So Maraga is dead on arrival.
That's the simple truth.
Yeah,
based on voter registration.
There are only two ways that the 2027 politics will play out. Only two ways. And that locks out Maraga, totally. It locks out Omtata and all these people.
What are the two ways?
The first way is the legacy politics played by legacy politicians. The normal politics played in the normal way by the normal politicians.
Agwambo TB, those
Agwambo there, Ruto there, Kalonzo, Gachagua, those ones. That league, Maraga is not in that league. So that's the one way in which our politics will play out. The other way that our politics may play out is a sort of revolutionary way. A sort of revolutionary way. Yes.
And still, can Maraga ride on the revolution?
No, that when that plays out, that is, you cannot know how it will go.
And so
that is subject of my video tomorrow. Yes.
And so we go to he's dead on arrival.
Maraga is dead on arrival because he's not a legacy politician. He doesn't have the bags and bags of money you need. He doesn't have a tribal base. He doesn't have what it takes to be a legacy politician. The normal politicians we know. And if politics is going to be played in the normal way, he's not a player. He's not even on the bench. He's not even in the field. He's outside the field. I don't know whether you get it.
He rings you tonight and asks you, Prof, I've watched this video.
Yes.
What should I do?
If he hires me, I can revitalize this campaign. And this time I'm available for consultancy services. I see people going to look for people like Tony Blair and the rest of these people. They don't understand this country half the way we do. And we can offer ideas. I know what you need to touch. And things change.
You're not saying it here.
And how to do it. How can I?
You are not saying it here.
No, I want to be hired.
Thanks for tuning into that conversation with Herman Manyora. The conversation is about David Maraga. Whether you agree with him or not, leave a comment down below so that we test whether David Maraga can actually become the president of this country. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.